Kristin Cavalleri has come out, and she's coming out on these podcasts with all these like back in the day stories, like clearing up rumors, headlines this, headlines that, and she's stirring up so much drama. I don't know if she's doing it on purpose, but basically, back in the day when Scott was with Courtney in the beginning, Kristin was very good friends with Scott, which in turn made her become friends with Courtney. And then when Scott cheated on Courtney, or for whatever reason they broke up or were on a break, Courtney started to think that Scott and Kristin like were hooking up, and she said absolutely not, that never happened. I was friends with her, and I've never had anything with Scott ever. Like, I've never hooked up with him. So something happened that Courtney got weird. I don't know why. Maybe someone went out one night, and she's like, I was friends with Scott before Courtney, so I'm not going to stop being friends with Scott because they broke up. Even though I'm friends with her now because I met her through him. So all this stuff. But Courtney like kind of iced her out. Like she's like, I would never put myself in a position, because all these rumors came out that she was dating Scott. So Kristin told Courtney, that's not true. Like, it's never happened. It will never happen. But then Courtney goes, well, I wouldn't put myself in a position to make my sister think I'm like remotely doing anything of the sort.
Right.
So Courtney kind of iced her out. But then she was saying, like, over the years, like, she's talked a lot of shit about, and she calls them the Kardashians, because she hates everything they're about and whatever, and she's talked all this shit. So apparently, with all these stories that she's coming up with, like, she's been saying a lot of crap about them, and she goes, I'm gonna show you right now how the Hollywood people work, and how these Kardashians work, and how they intimidate you and try to manipulate you, and I'm gonna tell you right now. Scott sent her a text, and she read it on her podcast.
Which I'm like, so against, but continue.
So I know, I don't love it, but she could have just like broke it down, like just summarized it, but she read the whole thing. And she's like, just to prove to you how these people work, because I've been talking shit about them, they send their little minion to come like infiltrate you and like soften you up and get you to shut the fuck up. And so Scott's like, hey, he's like, hey, old friend, I missed ya. How's it going? Isn't it crazy? I'm just repeating what I remember. This is not verbatim what he said, but this is the essence of what he said. He's like, isn't it funny how life works? We're kind of in the same predicament. You have kids, I have kids, you're like all this like weird, all this stuff. Like, we should catch up and get coffee. Like, what do you say?
Oh my gosh.
This whole thing. And she was like, hell no. You don't think I know what you're doing? It's been like 10 years since I've talked to you, dude. Like, oh my God. I thought that was crazy.
Her outing them, and also that's like so obvious.
And some people were like, what if he just like wants to catch up? Like,
just bad timing.
She's like, oh, what timing? He wants to catch up now that I'm talking about. I mean,
what kind of tea has she spilled though that she talks about them?
I don't know, because I don't listen to her podcast consistently enough to know.
Yeah.
But apparently she's been talking some crap about them.
I mean, we all know this, that the Kardashians do this.
But if like Kris Jenner sent Scott to, like, that would be so crazy. That would make sense.
100% did.
Unless he's trying to get in her, you know, trying to date her.
I guess she's newly single. So.
And she is hot.
Yeah. That's funny.
But
I wonder, I need to go and look at like what she's outing.
But she's not 20 years old, so I don't see what, because he likes them young and naive.
She likes them young too, so maybe they should try something new.
Right, so they don't like each other, is my point.
Right.